Well, hello and welcome to the Cord Cutters News YouTube channel. If you're new around here, well, we have live Q&As every Wednesday, weekly news wrap-ups on Fridays, and in between, we dive a bit deeper into a specific topic. And that's what we're doing today. Today, we're going to look at Pluto TV. It's been around for a few years now, and it's seen some pretty significant growth and expansion, and some of that's been quite recently, for reasons we'll get into shortly. If you've been curious about the free streaming service, what it offers, and whether it's actually, free, well, you've clicked on the right video. These are 5 things you should know about Pluto TV. Number 1. First, a bit of history. Okay, let's back up a bit and talk about Pluto TV's origins real quick, because if you've only recently heard of the service, it might surprise you to know it's actually been around for just over 7 years, which, in the world of streaming and cord-cutting services at least, is a pretty dang long time. But yes, in its earlier incarnations, it served sort of like a curated aggregator of various online video platforms, so you'd see content from places like Vimeo, Dailymotion, and of course YouTube. And over the years, it's grown and made various content deals with companies like Hulu and Sony, including apps for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 gaming consoles. But perhaps its biggest development came in 2019, when Viacom announced it would buy Pluto TV and leverage the free service to help promote its own properties like shows and existing channels. And shortly afterward, Pluto TV started adding branded channels featuring content from Viacom-owned properties. So you started seeing options from, say, Nickelodeon, BET, Comedy Central, and more. And then later that year, Viacom and CBS announced they were joining forces to become, well, ViacomCBS, and we've since started to see more and more content from the newly merged company make its way onto Pluto TV. Next up, let's talk about lineups, shall we? Number 2, channel structure and categories. So if you fire up Pluto TV these days, you might notice it bears a fairly strong resemblance to traditional pay TV services. You'll see a grid of channels and a guide showing you what's on now and what's coming up next. Those channels are organized by subject into a number of categories and content tiers. And those tiers have changed and evolved over time as the service's content has grown, and they recently updated the lineup to add even more categories. And as of the recording of this video, here are the available content tiers. You'll see a fairly diverse lineup of options here, including movies, news and opinion, reality, classic TV, and more. There's also a dedicated kids section if you want to head straight for the family-friendly programming. Over on the on-demand side of things, you get a mix of TV shows and movies to choose from. You can select from categories including comfort movies, sitcoms, TV dramas, and others. And Pluto TV says you have access to thousands of movies on demand, including newer releases and classics. Number 3, recent updates and additions. In recent weeks, the service has rolled out a number of new channels, including ones dedicated to specific shows like The Carol Burnett Show, which is channel 516, or Survivor, that's channel 296. And as you might expect, a lot of these new channels and offerings come courtesy of ViacomCBS's extensive back catalog, which is why you'll see choices like the Star Trek channel or one dedicated to The Amazing Race. And beyond show-specific options, some of the new choices include classic TV comedy and classic TV drama. And recently, we've also seen the addition of channels like Pluto TV Love Stories, Pluto TV Suspense, and Pluto TV Fantastic. While that last one, it focuses on sci-fi and fantasy adventures, if you're interested. And here in September of 2020, the service has added still more options that cater to action sports and crime and drama. That latter option includes shows like Pacific Blue and Jag. If this all sounds like it's at least partially meant to entice you and get you hooked on ViacomCBS content, enough to maybe sign up for pay services like CBS All Access, well, you might be onto something there. Number 4, supported devices. Okay, let's say you're interested in watching Pluto TV, but you're not sure where to watch. Well, the good news there is that alongside expanding its content offerings and international markets, Pluto TV has been steadily improving its platform and device support. Now here's a look at where things stand right now. You'll see big names like Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV all supporting the service, and more recently Pluto TV announced it would be coming to LG TVs starting with 2020 models, before popping up on 2016 to 2019 TVs later this year. And interestingly, Pluto TV also says LG models from 2012 to 2015 currently have access to the app, so there's just a window of model years left there to address. Now the company continues to make moves and announcements at a pretty rapid pace, so if you want the very latest on-device support, might I suggest subscribing to our YouTube channel here for the latest news and updates. And don't forget, we also have a news website, cordcuttersnews.com. Number 5. So is it really free? And what about the future? Well, yeah. Despite its significant growth and evolution over the years, Pluto TV's main claim to fame is that it was and still is a free service. No login or signups are required, but if you do opt to sign in, you'll get updates on the service's new channels, movies, and lineup changes, but the company reminds you it's all free with no credit card required. Now, what'll be interesting moving forward is seeing how Pluto TV fits in with ViacomCBS's grand streaming plans. We've been reporting for a while now that the company is planning a new super service, to use their term, that includes some exclusive CBS and Showtime content, alongside a variety of ViacomCBS-owned properties like Comedy Central, MTV, and others. There are still plenty of questions about this new venture, of course, but we do know it'll leverage the technology that currently powers the existing CBS All Access pay service. And we learned even more this week as we were recording, as the company announced that CBS All Access will be rebranded and reworked into a new service that's called Paramount Plus. Now that new service is expected to launch sometime in early 2021 and will include content from the company's various brands and channels, alongside original content like The Offer, which explores the making of the Godfather movie series, and a true crime series called The Real Criminal Minds. And once this new service launches, it'll be interesting to see how Pluto TV coexists. Now, ViacomCBS could potentially continue to leverage the free service as a means of attracting viewers to its stable of content, both to generate revenue via ads on Pluto TV itself, or in the hopes they'll eventually sign up to Paramount Plus for access to more content, including new and exclusive shows and movies. After all, we've seen examples of CBS All Access shows like Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Discovery offer up their first episodes for free as a way to attract viewers who they hope will sign up for CBS All Access to continue following the shows. And it's not hard to imagine Pluto TV continuing to serve a similar role in the future. In any case, Pluto TV has come a long, long way in its roughly 7-year history. Through major acquisitions and frequent content shakeups, the free streaming service continues to grow and expand. If you checked it out recently, feel free to let your fellow cord cutters and streamers know what you thought about the experience in the comment section down below. Maybe you found a go-to channel, or maybe there's a classic show or movie you hope comes to the service soon. Feel free to share with the rest of us. For now though, thank you so much for watching today. If you have another favorite service out there you'd like us to take a closer look at, you can let us know in the comments section as well. And don't forget to click the like and/or subscribe buttons down there to support our channel and our efforts to continue bringing you the latest cord cutting and streaming news. And until next time, my name's Philip Palermo. Thanks for watching. Happy streaming and take care.